Hey there, everybody. I have 3 of my $42 journals to go in the shop this afternoon. I'm just really having a lot of fun, y'all, creating cover art for these journals. These, of course, are the bigger kind of journals. I'll show you the binding on this one. I'm crazy fond of it. It's like one of my favorite colors is magenta. And I'll tell you a funny story. When I was in 2nd grade, I had this wonderful teacher, and she profoundly influenced my life. Her name was Miss Madrid, and she was just over the top. She wore beautiful, multicolored clothing. She had long red fingernails. She wore heavy makeup and lipstick. She was like nothing like, you know, any other teacher really was at my elementary school. I loved her. I learned about music from her. One of our projects in 2nd grade was to create a paper mache animal, and I made an elephant. And she always encouraged us to kind of think outside the box. So instead of painting my elephant gray, I painted it magenta. So of course magenta is kind of it's a color that's close to my heart. Me and my magenta elephant. Glass beads here, y'all. Mostly pink, magenta, purples going on. I am having so much fun with beads these days. I even like the way they sound. You know, they have a nice clicky sound to them. I think I'm going to have to kind of hold this up to show you the cover. Let me make sure that you can see it without a glare. This is just one of my sketches that I finished with a little bit of watercolor. I attached the sketch to the front of the book with double stick tape, but then I also put a transparency over this so, you know, it wouldn't get torn up or torn off. And the book says Creative Life, and I made this as well. So let's take a look in here and see what we got. We got a small pocket right in the front. Some kitty cats start off this book, and it says a note for you. It's got a little frame piece right here. Birds, border strips, skinny books, little books, lots of paper for you to play with. Some dreams fly, others take root. I love that. A little skinny book for you. Don't forget that you get tons and tons of fibers to play with too, y'all. Vintage ephemera, envelopes, stamps, awesome stuff from my friend Jeannie. Lots of papers. This is from if you saw my previous video for the little batch of $35 journals, this is from Ladies Home Journal, and it's a decorating guide. Look at this. Books, y'all. Remember when houses had books instead of TVs? And it's funny because as I was reading this book, it started talking about how TVs were going to be in every home, and it was a big decorating trend to have a TV in your home. I thought, oh my gosh, you know, now we're kind of flocked around the TV, right? It's kind of the center of activity. It's fun to remember that there was a time where a TV was not the center of activity. I have a dress form for you and some pattern paper, more papers for you to play with back here. A little notepad sheet, the word create, and text bubbles, which I just am super fond of. I like things like this because I love memory games, and this is from Categories, and it has, so to me that's like a little memory game for you to play. You might be a whole lot younger than me and not have trouble with your memory though. Mine's starting to fade. I never know if that's good or bad. And some vintage ephemera from a fishing magazine. More of the Ladies Home Journal stuff. I kind of love that. I've got a vintage Merry Christmas, Happy New Year card for you. Got a time sheet because you got to be cognizant of time. This is a gold element. We've got some gold paper, golden craft paper here, and some beautiful stickers. This is from the VMFA, Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. I am very, very anxious to see this this new exhibit for the terracotta soldiers. And this is a whole brochure, y'all, so you can read all about it here. A cup of coffee shared with friends is happiness in a warm, loving cup. I'm still not over Halloween, so you'll notice some Halloween elements. And I just thought that kitty was so cute. And of course, we got some Hello Kitty in there as well. Flashcards, some Project Life cards, more ephemera, envelopes, stamps, border strips, papers for you to play with, a bag for you to play with. I love these bags. I like lunch bags. They remind me of being little and going to Mr. Wilson's store and getting popsicles for me and my mom while my brother was taking a nap. 1936 Montreal stamp, and more vintage ephemera here. More from the Ladies Home Journal magazine. Oh my gosh, it is so cool. Just a few little elements that I made. You've got a pocket full of surprise in here. Feather. This envelope is from 1924. There's also a vintage bingo card in here. Several other things. Some planner goodies for you. I like the way that pocket turned out. Isn't that just pretty? I like it. Got a doily and some burlap back there. Some vintage educational ephemera, which I just crazy love. A little bit of Seven Gypsies paper. I'm crazy about Seven Gypsies. This is some Tim Holtz vellum for you. I can't get over Halloween, so we got bone paper. A little bit of Dilbert. And a pocket with a sewn book in it. This can be used as a stencil, or you can tear it apart and use it in other ways. I'll also show you, I've got some holographic paper here, and this is a piece of painted cereal box board, so you can kind of see what that looks like. And numbers, doilies, the word journal. Are you guys going to journal next year? Do you journal? I do, but I'm going to change the way I journal. So I want to do a commonplace book, and I am going to do, I'll do a video and show you my commonplace book from a couple years ago. I really think that's the way I'm going to go this year, y'all. This is a little sparkly pocket, a tag for you to play with. More Project Life cards, a little more vellum. I love vellum. Vintage dictionary pages, more from Ladies Home Journal, a little bit of stamping on some text pages, more vellum, tags for you to play with, a little bit of packaging for you to play with. And I did have room to stick in a pocket of stuff in the back, but this is not typical, y'all. I'm sending these along with journals, because when I started putting cover art on the journals, I realized that, I still love to stuff, right? But when we stuff, we sometimes get bowing. And I'm trying to avoid that since we're using cover art on the front of our journals now. So there we go, a little Creative Life journal. The next one, her name is Promise Me One Thing. This is a vintage picture from a fashion magazine. And she just looked kind of sassy and cool. And I thought, I like her. I love the frame. I love the way that it goes with the fabric on the book. And then I had some Tim Holtz, those word things that are adhesive words. And my eyes just fell on the thing that said, promise me one thing. And I thought, that's exactly what it looks like she's saying. She's a very sassy girl. This binding has a few stars, metal, glass, wood on the spine here. Look inside real quick. Got a beautiful pocket and a tag right here. 1931. I can't exactly see that, y'all. A little bird. I just thought all these colors went so pretty together. And you guys, you're crafty. You can make something out of that. The bird, the border strips, the ephemera. You know, don't forget that you've got a lot of card starters in here to play with. Birthday wishes from special people have the greatest impact. Beautiful saying. 7 Gypsies, Tim Holtz, Ephemera. This is from one of my glue books. I decided a few weeks ago that I would kind of tear apart some art that I had done in the past and start incorporating it in these flow journals, because I think it's fun. I think it's fun to do that. This is vintage wrapping paper, magazine images. These are the German images that are a little bit, you can see that they have a little bit of sparkle here on the paper. These things are so pretty, kind of like paper dolls. And we've got some homemade paper and packaging. This is collage material for you to play with. More of my glue book there. French flashcards. This is from a music magazine. This is from a music magazine. Right here, this page. It says, enjoy the journey. This is a little doggy. This is a 17-second change your perspective flashcard that encourages you to, if you're going down a path of negativity, if you're going down a path of resistance, one of Abraham Hicks' suggestions is to just stop and pet your dog, pet your cat, love your cat, and that just kind of gets you going in a better direction. So these are 17-second shift cards. Please save the turtles. Lots of paper, vellum. These are like the very, very last, y'all, of my beautiful vintage Christmas cards. Vintage dictionary pages, some paper flowers for you to play with. This is from the J. Peterman catalog, which I love. This is a picture of Custer, just from an old book. This is a sewn book. Another pocket full of fun. And it's a little bit of Halloween because I just can't get away from it. I still love it, love it, love it. Love Halloween. Hey, we had like 5 trick-or-treaters. Woo, that was a whole lot for us. This is from a 1948 Life magazine. It's an ad for Palmolive soap. Got some Hebrew here. A weekly time record, doily, dress forms. Oh, there we go. I love that word, obsessed. It's always coffee time. It is. I'm kind of craving some right now because it's one of those kind of dreary, rainy-ish days, and I'm just really wanting some coffee. And now that the time's changed, I'm probably going to have it so I can stay awake at night. This is pattern paper for you to play with. This is like from the 1948 Life magazine. Don't you love that? It's just so cool. This is from Harper's Bazaar. I'm not going to fold this out for you, but it's an advertisement from, I think she said that was 1945. I'm not quite sure. A little bit of current ephemera from Richmond. This is it. Isn't that beautiful? That's a napkin for you guys to play with. And I love her. She's from a fashion magazine. And there we go. And a little pocket of stuff for you to play with. And there we go. And one more, y'all. Kind of love him. Isn't he the mystery man? He's your Darcy, you know? I mean, he looks so mysterious. This is a tintype. It is not an original tintype. It's a, you know, it's a current element, but it was created from a tintype kind of picture. And it is tin. I can't say enough about architectures. I love architectures. This is an architectures piece from an ephemera pack called Garage, and this is the packaging of that actual ephemera package from Seven Gypsies. These are bolts that were also in the Garage package. So check out Architectures by Seven Gypsies. Great stuff, y'all. The binding on this book features a glass element that has a little bit of gold filigree in here, and amber colored beads, all glass beads, of course, no plastic. Go through here. Vellum, Seven Gypsies paper, vintage dictionary, sheet music. This is about dogs, a Pekingese and a Papillon. More vintage elements, vintage Christmas cards. I'm going to be so sad when those are gone. And they are almost all gone. Don't you love him? And this is, I cut this from a book. This is Cheyenne Little Hawk. Got a feather in here, a homemade feather for you. Things to color, things to play with. Collage sheets here. Sparkly elements. You know, fall is here, y'all. It's fall, y'all. No denying. No denying that. Though it was 80 degrees here yesterday, which was crazy. Got lots of things for you to play with and color. And of course some skinny books. And tags for you to create with. This book is really stuffed. This one says, hold fast to your dreams. Do you know that poem, hold fast to your dreams, for if dreams go, life is a barren field covered with snow. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. It's Langston Hughes. Lovely poem. Lots of papers. Digging vellum, digging sparkles. All kinds of things for you to play with here. Beautiful butterfly. Oh my gosh, y'all. I just have so much fun putting these together for you guys. I really hope you enjoy them as much as I just love making them for you. I think this is from a Highlights magazine. Seven Gypsies paper. Vintage postcards. And a little bit of fun ephemera in the back. Alright guys, these are going in my store for 42 bucks. Remember, it is the holiday season, so it's nice to be able to give folks things that are unique and individual, something that didn't come from the store, something that was handmade with a lot of love, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for following me. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube, and thank you for purchasing from my Etsy shop. I love all you guys. Take care. Bye.